I am currently in our glider aviary to talk to you about sugar gliders, which are a tiny little species of possum here in Australia. We currently have 2 gliders in this aviary that were both rescued when they were tiny little joeys. In 2021, this species was actually split into 3 different species. The 2 newly discovered species of glider include Crefts glider, which is found on the western side of the Great Dividing Range from South Australia all the way up to southeast Queensland, but in 1835 was also introduced to Tasmania, and the Savannah glider, which is found in northern regions of Australia, and finally the sugar glider, which we have in this video, which is found in coastal regions along the east coast. Although they resemble flying squirrels, they're actually closer related to kangaroos because they're marsupials, which means they carry their young in that pouch. And incredibly, they've been known to fly up to 180 meters, although it's not technically flying and more considered gliding, hence the name sugar glider. They commonly sleep in nests made of leaf litter with up to 7 individuals in the winter, so they can get up to quite large groups. However, as the weather gets warmer, they tend to disperse and go their own way. But when they are in groups, the male tends to mark his territory with saliva and scent glands that he has on his chest and head. They mostly eat nectar and pollen, but on occasion have been known to eat insects such as beetles and spiders. And this because of course they are nocturnal and arboreal, so they spend lots of time up in the trees and it's very rare for them to come down to the ground. They're able to fly due to a membrane that they have from their wrist to their ankle called a patagium that acts almost like a parachute gliding through the air. This species has also been quite common as pets in some places around the world, which has been a large topic of controversy due to their care requirements and the amount of space they need. Of course, in captivity, they have been known to live for up to 12 years, which is wildly different to the 4 to 5 years they would live out in the wild. They are considered least concerned as their conservation status, with their biggest problem of course being habitat loss. And before 2021, when they were considered to just be one species, this made their numbers seem much greater than they actually were. Now that we know they're actually 3 separate species, this has drastically decreased their diversity. They don't have too many predators out in the wild, apart from of course birds like kookaburras and owls, and of course reptiles such as snakes and goannas. But these guys are such an incredibly adorable species, and hopefully they should be coming out any minute now.